What if I told you that in just 30 minutes, you could take any piece of content you've written and transform it into professional quality audio that sounds like a native speaker in virtually any language on Earth? And what if this entire process cost you less than the price of a coffee? Let me paint you a picture of where I was just 6 months ago. I had amazing content, blog posts, tutorials, even entire courses that I knew could help people around the world. But here's the problem. Everything was in English, and I was losing potential audiences in France, Spain, Germany, and dozens of other countries. I tried hiring voice actors for different languages, but the quotes I got back were absolutely insane. We're talking thousands of dollars for just a few hours of audio. I tried using basic translation tools, but the results sounded robotic and frankly embarrassing. I was stuck, watching my competitors expand globally while I remained trapped in the English-speaking bubble. Then I discovered something that changed everything. A simple 5-step process that combines smart translation strategies with cutting-edge artificial intelligence to create audio that doesn't just sound good, it sounds genuinely human. This method works for any type of content, from YouTube scripts to online courses. And here's the beautiful part. The entire process takes less time than your average lunch break. Let me walk you through exactly how this works. Step number 1 is preparing your source text properly. Now, this might sound basic, but this step alone will save you hours of headaches later. You want to take your content and structure it in a simple digital file, like a Word document or even a plain text file. Break everything into short paragraphs and use clear headings. Think of this as creating a roadmap for the translation process. The science behind this is fascinating. When translators, whether human or machine, work with well-structured text, they can maintain context much better, which means your tone and meaning stay intact. The immediate benefit you'll see is that your translations will be significantly more accurate, and you'll spend way less time editing later. Step number 2 involves choosing your translation approach wisely. You have 3 main options here: machine translation for speed, professional human translators for perfection, or a hybrid approach that I personally recommend for most people. Here's what I do. I run my content through a high-quality machine translator like DeepL, then I have a native speaker review and polish it. This approach works because machine translation has become incredibly sophisticated for capturing basic meaning, while the human touch ensures cultural nuance and emotional tone are preserved. What you get is professional quality translation at a fraction of the cost and time of going fully human from the start. Step number 3 is where the magic really starts to happen. You're going to set up your ElevenLabs account and access their text-to-speech platform. Now, here's what most people don't realize. ElevenLabs supports 74 different languages, and their AI automatically detects which language you're using based on your text. You don't even need to tell it what language you're working with. The technology behind this is their 11v3 model, which has been trained on massive amounts of multilingual data. The benefit for you is that you can literally paste in text in any supported language and get native-sounding audio in seconds. Step number 4 is selecting and optimizing your voice. This is where you can really make your content shine. Any voice in the ElevenLabs library can speak any of their supported languages, but here's the pro tip. If you can find or clone a voice that was originally recorded in your target language, you'll get a much more authentic accent. You can also fine-tune pronunciation using special tags for tricky words and add natural pauses to make the speech flow better. The psychology here is crucial. When people hear audio that sounds genuinely native, their trust in your content skyrockets. You're not just translating words, you're creating an authentic experience that feels local to your audience. Step number 5 is the generation and quality control phase. You'll generate your audio, download it as an MP3 or WAV file, and here's something really cool. ElevenLabs keeps a history of everything you've created, so you can always go back and re-download or make adjustments later. The reason this step is so important is that it gives you complete control over your final product. You can test different voices, adjust timing, and even add emotional tags to make certain parts sound more excited, concerned, or confident. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, right? I was skeptical at first, too. I mean, how could something this simple produce results that compete with expensive professional studios? But here's the thing. I decided to test it with a simple blog post about productivity tips. I translated it into French and Spanish, generated the audio, and posted it to see what would happen. After just 1 month, something incredible occurred. People started reaching out asking how I suddenly became fluent in multiple languages. My French audience grew by over 300%, and my Spanish content was getting engagement rates that were actually higher than my English content. The audio quality was so convincing that people assumed I was a native speaker collaborating with local voice actors. Here's what I want you to do. Pick one piece of content you've already created. Indeed, something you're proud of that you know provides value. Choose one target language, maybe Spanish if you're targeting Latin America, or French if you're thinking about European markets. Commit to spending just 1 hour this week following these 5 steps exactly as I've outlined them. Give yourself permission to experiment with one piece of content and see what happens. Because here's the truth about building a global audience. You don't need to master multiple languages yourself. You don't need to hire expensive international teams. You just need to understand that small strategic actions, when applied consistently, create results that seem impossible from where you're sitting right now. Your content deserves to reach everyone who could benefit from it, regardless of what language they speak. And now you have the exact roadmap to make that happen.